this evening on our flash.
Ah. 15 left.
I think the early stages of this match, Nick, will tell us a lot. You know, in regards to your question, you know, can Norrie get his first win? He's been very open pre-match, talking about the need to make it a physical battle. And I agree with that. I think that's where he holds the trump card. Djokovic is a better tennis player than Norrie. You know, he's proven that in their 6 previous meetings. If Norrie can make the points long, if he can make this a battle, I think the longer the match goes on, you know, his chances will increase.
Game.
Solid start. Of course, one of only 4 Brits ever.
First appearance on Arthur Ashe for Norrie. But he's not an inexperienced player, is he? You know, he's played a lot of big matches now. But we're looking at his record. He's played all the big 4, hasn't he? Federer, Nadal, Djokovic, and Murray in his career.
Worth noting that Cam did get a pretty significant injury last summer, which definitely derailed him. Actually hurt himself just prior to the Olympic Games. Ended up having to miss about 3 months of the season, which obviously was a bit of a dent to his momentum.
This is good stuff from Djokovic. I mentioned that for Norrie, he'd be looking to elongate the points, make it a physical match. For Djokovic, the flip side of that, you want to keep the points short. It's important for him to serve well, get the first strike in. That +1 shot will be key. And that is a very tidy opening service game.
Game on.
Both players looking very efficient and cold. Just to get back to you about the physicality of this match, I don't think Novak could order better conditions. It's pretty cool out here. We know that sometimes when it's hot, he tends to struggle a bit more, so that's going to play into his hands.
Completely agree, Robbie. The roof is not completely open, but it is open tonight, and I think I'm right in saying it's not overly humid either, is it?
You're bang on.
It'll also be interesting to see what that does to the playing conditions. And the ball isn't going to get up as much. That probably also suits Djokovic, because the Norrie forehand in particular that he likes to get up and away from opponents on the cross court isn't going to have the same effect. 6 points in a row here, Djokovic, and Norrie needs to be careful.
Yeah, the irony that we have one of the hottest Wimbledons on record, and yet we're having one of the coolest US Opens on record, I would suspect.
Yeah, not too many times Wimbledon's warmer than the US Open.
Oh, that's a dear diary moment.
Djokovic actually warmed up here about a couple of hours ago with a young lad from Clemson, a young freshman, lefty. out here for about 45 minutes warming up.
Always a barometer of
40-30.
Cam's confidence, that forehand down the line, isn't it? If he starts to dial that thing in early on, he's normally feeling pretty good about his game. Keep an eye on it.
There's never been anybody better. Both sides, but particularly the backhand, changing direction. Look at the accuracy of these two shots. Cuts the sideline. And that is not an easy ball to change direction on. Stunning from Djokovic.
He abbreviates the finish as well.
Those backhands, Nick,
Advantage. Norrie.
they make the point that Robbie just made all the more important for me. I think Norrie has to hit his forehand line well here to have a chance. You know, a lot of opponents he'd like to just hook the forehand the majority of the time and feel like it's going to bother them, but how often did we see Djokovic do it to Nadal, where he's able to step in and take that ball on the rise and hurt opponents with his backhand? You have to be able to hit the forehand line against him and hurt him.
Yeah.
Game, Norrie.
So another test for
leads
Brett, one that he
2 games
comes
to 1
through
in the first set.
and holds on to his early lead.
And Colin, to your point,
Thought I'd throw it in nice and early this evening. Bit of trivia for you both. So stand by. Only 3 lefties have ever beaten Djokovic at majors. Who are they? One's pretty obvious.
Yeah, Nadal, let's take that off.
Yeah. Give me the other 2.
Meltzer,
Very good.
15
brilliant from
left.
2 sets to love down.
only guy to
2010.
beat him, right?
Yeah.
2 sets to love down.
Yep.
Come on, Robbie, you going to contribute here? Or?
Yeah, Fernando Verdasco.
Very good.
Oh, what a doubles team we are.
Cole, should we split up and each take a weak one?
30 left.
Yeah, of course, the defeat against Verdasco here was one of his very first visits to New York. Yeah, in fact, it was the first time we
40
played the main draw.
left.
Lost to Fernando back in 2005. 5 sets on that occasion.
Norrie just playing around a little there. Djokovic has been in a good rhythm on serve, and Norrie deliberately moving right in to just break his rhythm. Here he goes again. He's not afraid to mess around against Djokovic, is he? These two have got a bit of previous, and I think an element of spice just entered the conversation.
2 games all. First set.
Yeah, that match in Rome you're referencing a few years ago now, wasn't it? There was a bit of beef between the two that evening, I think.
2023, where Djokovic took exception to some of Norrie's behaviour. Cam Norrie hit Djokovic the back of the legs with a smash from close range. No love lost here, I don't think.
No.
Love, 15.
There's that great line by Shaquille O'Neal. I remember the first time he said he was playing against Michael Jordan, and he said, "You show them respect by showing them none."
It's nice and sharp. Do you think Norrie, Cole, is a guy that needs reps?
15
Is he a
all.
player that needs matches under his belt I mean, I know it's the case for a lot of players, but Norrie more than most. Is he a guy who needs time on court?
100%. He needs tournaments, matches, he needs wins, he needs rhythm and confidence and momentum.
Certainly had that of late.
Who, you know, by contrast, hasn't played since Wimbledon. I don't think Norrie could have not played a match since Wimbledon and come in and
15-13.
make the third round here. I mean, it's not impossible, but it's just different players, different experiences. I think Novak's looking pretty good tonight in comparison to rounds 1 and 2.
Yeah, that's the problem he has when he's deep up on the backhand side, because he doesn't get the shape on the ball. So he doesn't get as much lift off his backhand, so the deeper he uses the
30
ball,
all.
so the harder it is for him to get the net there. It's one of the flattest ball strikers of his two-hander there is in men's tennis's camp. Of course, one player that can match him, Aryna, is already into the last 16.
$40-13.
And on the left, Dalibor Sorola. There is Boris, of course, who's been with him for on and off for a few years.
Yeah, Boris Wozniakovic. Dusan Vemic not here in New York. Norrie going very wide here for the serve.
Game, Norrie. Norrie leads against
Look
2
across
for
towards
set.
the Serbian, who's got a bit of early frustration to contend with here.
Time. $15 left.
Norrie, who actually turned 30 last Saturday.
Left.
I believe he treated himself to a little evening in New York. A couple of drinks to celebrate.
Yeah, his girlfriend was actually born in New York, so she knows this area pretty well. There's Louise.
40 left.
Serving beautifully. Djokovic.
As always, it's not about the speed, is it? Look at the average speed, it's only 110 miles an hour, but it's the unerring accuracy that he's bringing early on here.
Yeah, 8 of 11 first serves. Not lost a point yet. 11 from 11 from the line.
Game,
It's a fit base. This is good stuff.
Robbie, best spot server of this generation.
3 against
Federer was
all.
pretty good, wasn't he?
First
But
set.
the
Yeah.
way this guy's transformed that side of his game is incredible.
It's remarkable, especially when we think back to 2008, 2009, how he had the open palm rather than the palm down on his serve. It was such a funky motion. And you got Todd Martin in, tried to repair it, didn't really work. It's probably, I try to think of other shots in tennis, the most remarkable transformation that I've ever seen in a shot.
15 left.
from what it was, and we know how reluctant players are to try different things. I mean, technically, from what it was to what it is now, it's completely different. I'm trying to think of other players that might have transformed the shot so much.
He's pretty animated this evening, as he has been this week so far.
Because Djokovic isn't afraid to get involved, is he?
No. He used to do a lot of the analysis for Team Djokovic. I remember some of our colleagues were in touch with him regularly.
I think the way he communicates with Novak just speaks to
30-15.
how long the two have known each other, how strong the relationship is. If you're a relatively new coach coming in with a 24-time Grand Slam champion, it's tough to sort of deliver messages in the way he's doing,
yeah.
I would say. I don't think they're overly happy with things on the return of serve at this stage. Just trying to find a better feeling there.
If
there is one side that is a little more vulnerable, it will be Norrie's forehand.
The left of the front row there is Claudio Zemalia, the physio for Djokovic.
Just gave him a little bit too much of a look at it. And the Serbian was in no mood to give him a second chance.
Well, the first step is in the eyes and the anticipation, and there's never been anyone better than Djokovic. Look at the read there, and the movement is still pretty electric.
He looked like a Black Panther there. Big steps.
The most comfortable shot for Norrie, but able to deliver it there on a huge point. It's a confident strike.
He's already had more wins this season than he had the whole of last as Norrie. 29 victories this year, which is 4 more than the total he posted last year.
Laser. We're going to get a great look here. Look how low this thing is over the net. No spin whatsoever. Such a unique backhand, but he owns it. It's a scary return of serve, isn't it?
Yes.
Norrie would have been out of the game there against most players.
Left. First serve. Let's first serve.
Thought he'd missed long there, Djokovic. Just cut the back edge.
Advantage. Djokovic.
Really wants this break. Wants this first set, doesn't he?
Just the breath weight. That's what I know. He's one of the quickest players on the tour. He does not waste time between points.
Ball.
Djokovic leads Williams to 40%.
And it means a lot. Djokovic with a... See so far how clean the serve has been. Serbian. Good rhythm.
Yeah, so far he's stepped it up a level tonight, Djokovic, from rounds 1 and 2. Looks to have a better feeling on the ball. He's striking it with more intent. Just dialing in, we've spoken about how well he's serving at 6-ace there, but looking at his forehand in round 2, average forehand topspin speed was 75 miles per hour. So far tonight, to this stage, 83. So he's cranked it up.
Of course, he lost at this stage of this event last year to Alexei Popyrin. But of course, different set of circumstances, having come in, having just won the Olympic gold a few weeks prior.
This is ridiculous.
And I think it's a great lesson to youngsters that are working on their serve, the spin control. You know, the spin can make the serve so much more effective, and that's what's so clearly evident when you sit courtside here. You can hear it, and you can see it beautifully.
Again, Djokovic.
14 out of 17 first serves.
Djokovic leads 5
Nine of them have been aces.
9.
And I remember Dan Evans, who played Djokovic in the second round of Wimbledon this year, talking exactly about this. He said, I could not get near his serve. I could not read his serve. And I was on the back foot off pretty much any time I did make the return. Similar thing to see.
I also think a big part of Novak's longevity is just this elastic energy he has on his shots. It's just such effortless power, gents.
Let's first serve.
The rotation of the core is just a little bit bigger. The looseness in the arms just seems looser than everybody else. It creates that elasticity in his shots.
On the occasion where he did look a little off balance.
It helps that the man himself is pretty much an elastic band, isn't he?
Exactly, Cole. But, there's a reason for it, right?
Yeah, it's not by accident. Stretching routines and
locks himself in the point. I'm not entirely sure.
Well, there he is again.
30-15.
Elastic band man. I mean, it's the little field shot deliberately over the backhand side of the left-hander. And how has he made that volley? He loves those little situations as well. It brings him to life.
Feeling his lower back there.
40-15.
Is that from the previous point? Maybe even the volley sort of.
He's just gestured to the chair umpire. He wants the trainer.
Wow, I think you're right, Cole. I think it was that volley.
Again, Norrie.
He sort of twisted and an arm didn't to make contact. He just maybe pinched the lower back.
This will be interesting. Needs a bit of attention. Serving to get himself a one-set lead.
Tried to shorten the point there. Norrie doing a great job of making the return and getting into the rally.
Is it going to be this twist off that backhand side that could be problematic? You can see the grimace.
Potentially. Certainly not a tactically smart shot to go for there. I mean, tennis obviously a sport that puts a high demand on the lower back. You know, and through the hips, a rotational sport, but you also, you know, you're bending front and back, extend up to the serve. Real test for Djokovic now.
$30-15. Wait, please.
Ball.
Grimaces, aren't there? But it largely looks okay.
Yeah, we've already seen this Tom on a couple of occasions where he's looked as though he's got some pretty sinister physical issues. And he's worked his way through them.
Ball.
So Novak Djokovic able to find a way to hold serve. The serve was the bedrock in so many ways of an opening set that he takes 6-4 after 44 minutes.
just going to mention it has been a feature of Novak's career, hasn't it?
Yep.
You know, the ability to seemingly be hurt on the match court and still play an incredible level. Even the Australian Open this year, you know, the hamstring injury,
13 on.
still able to advance through a number of rounds before retiring in the semis against Zverev.
The injury, of course, occurred in his victory over Alcaraz in the quarters.
Thirty, 15.
It's good footwork.
40, 15.
Norrie actually a little unlucky not to be seeded here this year. The resurgence he's had. He's ranked 35. She didn't win a match in either Canada or Cincy, so he got a couple of wins there. He may well have got himself into a seeding spot.
Again, Norrie.
I think the doctor is here, Robbie, but
he's
Nick
not
was
allowed.
saying that this doesn't count as a changeover, so he's going to have to wait another 2 games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's just in the corner there, the blue shirt.
15 left.
Feels a little harsh considering he agreed to continue rather than wait before the set started.
Left.
Norrie, who actually went back to TCU just prior to the US Open, in fact after the early defeat in Cincinnati. He often does that, doesn't he? He's got some pretty deep roots down there.
Yeah, it's a great base for him in the States.
Devon Bowen was courtside last night for Jacob Firmley's match. He's here as well tonight.
Yeah, I believe David Roditi, the head coach, also in his box.
Again,
Of course,
Djokovic.
Norrie's coach, Facundo
1
Lugones, was
all, second sets.
a senior when Norrie was a freshman. Former teammates.
Robbie, you're pretty au fait with the college scene. What's so good about that setup down there?
You've got 2 players who have played on tour at a good level, certainly at Dubs. Devon is a proper operator. He's a fantastic coach. He's low-key. He doesn't get in the limelight as much as Roditi. David's, of course, the head coach. But Devon is not scared to be out on the court with the guys for hours and hours on end. He loves it. He's got a great tennis IQ. And he is so giving of his time. And to have somebody like that in your corner, and then of course they've got the resources there too.
30 left.
It's just a good setup as well. And once you get one big result with a player, everybody wants to start to buy into your system. So that enables you to recruit better. A lot of it's in the recruitment, Nick.
40 left.
And then you start to build good teams year upon year, because obviously if they're doing a good job, people want to know, okay, you're obviously doing something right, I want to go check it out. I want to be part of that setup.
Game.
Yeah, 3 years very well spent. Doctor and physio
Norrie.
on their way
Norrie leads
to get a
2
closer
games
look.
to 1, second set, first set, Djokovic.
Yeah, we'll find out more in a second. Injury to this man, certainly adding a slightly different element. To this match so far.
I tell you, pre-injury, which occurred, well, he had the treatment at 5-4, didn't he, before he came out, so we've had 2 service games since. Pre-injury for Djokovic, average first serve speed 117 miles per hour. Post-injury, 110. Definitely been a dip in speed.
Good sleuthing.
Interesting to see if he starts to crank it up again as maybe he gets a little more comfortable, or indeed as the painkillers kick in.
14 love.
Somewhat inexplicable
2
miss
games all, second sets.
from the Brit. Done so well out of the corner to make it tricky. Djokovic, remarkably, through almost a set and a half here, has still only lost 2 points on serve.
Yeah, should have lost the third here. Norrie had actually done all the hard work. Able to smile. 40 love probably wasn't going to make too big a difference, you wouldn't think.
A reminder to take yourself to usopen.org. Give us a follow on all the socials to keep up to speed with everything that's going on here today. There's been a lot of developments here today, particularly in the men's draw.
Love your team.
2 big Americans, 2 big names exited here. Ben Shelton and Francis Tiafoe. Been a good day for the 30-somethings, actually. Rinderknecht, Struff, and Aryna all making their first ever round of 16 showing here. Shelton, if you missed it, had to
15
retire.
all.
A shoulder problem.
Forehand line again for Norrie. We spoke about it in the first set, but it's a key shot. He's hit it pretty well on the whole. 9 forehand winners for the Brit. As I say, he's a set down, but he has not played badly by any means.
No. There's another. And I guess potentially here, maybe Djokovic thinks he's going to hit my back end a little bit more, because possibly that's where there's a little more discomfort.
Yeah, true. This is a sneaky forehand line, isn't it? Djokovic is expecting this hooked cross court. Look at the side spin on that. It's a brilliant shot.
40-15. Norrie.
Comprehensive game.
Really
arguably one of the best holds of the
set.
match.
First set, Djokovic.
From Cam Norrie.
And they set a record in the fan week. A week prior to the main draw singles starting, which of course included the mixed doubles. Djokovic took part.
Yeah.
Alongside Danilovic.
Love.
239,000, I think, Cole, we had during that first fan week. Incredible. And what an advert for the game. And introducing so many kids and just fans to it for free, pretty much, except for those mixed days.
Live for serve.
What a strike. With a ball that didn't have a whole lot of pace on it.
It's a meaty forehand. The ability to really flatten the ball out on this wing. The rotation through the shot, full extension as well with the racket. It's a good example of that looseness, wasn't it? That Robbie referred to. Generated a lot of power off that. A no-pace ball there.
First point.
15.
He's given up on serve in this set. Looking to break another record tonight. Winning the most amount of hard-court matches at a major. If he does win this evening, it'll be a tally of 191 matches won on this surface. Major championship, surpassing that of Roger Federer.
Game Djokovic. New holds, please.
The ace rate
3
has,
games all second sets.
slowed, understandably, with the niggle in the back, but still very comfortable on serve for Djokovic, yet to face a break point.
While they get the new balls, some cool stats that we get on our match notes, just what Novak has been able to achieve, all-time records at Grand Slams. I was just looking through them, and it's insane, some of the numbers he's been posting. Don't know if you had to browse through them, Nick and Colin, but appearances, he's only behind Federer and Lopez. The most wins, the most third rounds, the most quarterfinals, the most semi-finals, the most finals, and of course the most titles. Fourth rounds, Federer's got him by 1 match.
Once again, the ability to spread the court has forced Norrie into an error.
And that's what gives them so much confidence, isn't it? You know, Sam Querrey posed him the question pre-match. You know, how are you able to not play since Wimbledon, come into a slam and have confidence you can perform? It's, well, the number of matches I've won.
Yeah.
It has to give you confidence, right? That you can do it, you can handle it. It was 3-all in the first set when he broke. Djokovic really wanted it. He really wants this game as well.
Lack of net clearance on the Norrie backhand at times can be tricky. On that occasion, it was his Achilles heel. Just not quite accelerating onto the ball enough. He finds himself in a difficult position.
Just 83 miles an hour. That one adorned with all sorts of side spin.
Djokovic was covering that smash, and he just got enough purchase on it.
Yeah, he's given it the Taylor Fritz one here, guys. You know when Taylor hits that serve, almost complete pronation.
Yeah, the reverse.
Yes.
The reverse swinger. What an effort there from Norrie.
Yes.
Critical moment in the match for him to hold serve here.
You certainly got the sense Djokovic knew he'd rather let him off the hook there, didn't you? And there was a bit of time and a bit of space for him to operate with off that usually reliable wing. Short enough. He just gives him a cleaner hit on the return, doesn't he? That was just a little bit deeper.
He's so good at cutting the corner on his backhand return and in the rally, isn't he? Doesn't let that ball get away from him. Big serve from Norrie.
Yeah, that's 3 aces. All of them have come in this set.
You know, there's an element of risk when he goes for that serve. It's a lower percentage flat serve over the high part of the net, but he needed it there.
He's done very well to escape unharmed from that game. Was looking good, but Norrie hangs tough and holds on to his advantage in the second. I think it's worth reiterating just how consistent Norrie was at his peak 2 or 3 years ago. I was looking back, of course we know he made the top 10. He actually made 10 tour level finals in the space of 15 months to count. That was the period from May 2021 through August 22. He made 10 finals in just over a year. He was relentless at that stage of his career.
It's incredible, wasn't it?
30,
First of them
15.
made the final in Estoril. losing to Albert Ramos. And then I remember actually a few weeks later he then made the final of Lyon, another ATP 250 on clay, and lost to Tsitsipas in that final. I remember thinking, that's tough on him, you know, 2 finals in close succession. Is he ever going to get a tour title? But
40,
you know, that
50.
time he was ranked sort of 50, 60 in the world. But of course, later in 2021, biggest title of his career, he won Indian Wells.
Yep.
Of course, the October edition due to COVID.
Yeah, beat Nicholas Basilashvili in the final, remarkably.
Let's first serve.
It was not long after, June 2022, when he had his best result in a Grand Slam. Semi-finals of Wimbledon, of course. So the real peak of Norrie's career so far, that period really, 21 into 22.
Gore, grudima gore, ajmo.
Trying to crack down the backhand, wasn't he?
4 games all, second set.
This man put up some stubborn resistance.
It's just beyond comprehension how good that length is on the backhand from Novak, how he's able to keep it so consistently. The ball flight, and he can change it and still keep the length. Sometimes it's a bit more spin when he wants to buy himself some time with a bit more height. Then
Please, ladies and
if he
gentlemen,
needs to defend
players are
aggressively,
ready.
it's a little lower. The control that he has on a tennis ball is quite extraordinary.
Norrie this time with the depth, the precision. Brilliant point.
15 left.
Huge moments for Norrie. He did so well to hang on to his serve at 3-all. Just going to look at Djokovic. Not sure what happened there at the end of the point. He just ran out of gas. You just feel for Norrie to have a chance. He's got to nick this second set, doesn't he?
Nice. 30 left.
Robbie, any feeling there from Djokovic? What happened?
Sometimes he gets these funny little twists, doesn't he? It's almost like he's disorientated. I don't know what happens when he does that. I don't know if it's a visual thing. Maybe he's shaking his head out again.
Yeah, we've seen more than the odd contortion of his body, haven't we, over the
30,
years?
15.
Not distinctly uncomfortable. Leon Smith, middle left there. Of course, he's captaining the team who are playing Poland away in a couple of weeks' time.
Eighth forehand winner of the set, 12th of the match. Norrie really bringing his forehand to the party. The shape on that ball, so much spin on his forehand.
40-30.
He's had such a good engine, isn't he? Physically, not too many that have been able to last out there as long as he has. There's a wonderful story about his lungs, wasn't there, that emerged a couple of years ago.
Brilliant story.
I think it's fair to say they were larger than the norm.
Yeah. Of course, they found out inadvertently, didn't they, Nick?
Yeah.
Just changing his serve position here as Cam.
He's gone for the man Aryna there.
Yeah. The last surviving Brit in the singles, male or female. And he's putting on a good showing in his very first outing on Ash. He's got a 5-4 lead. So the doctor actually said to Norrie, "Are you a deep sea diver?" He said to him, that's what he thought. So the Serbian. Some work to do here as he serves.
Please, ladies and gentlemen, players are ready. Love it.
He's a serious runner, Norrie, to finish the point, the endurance. He'll tick off an 18-minute 5K, no problem. I think we'd need a couple of those electric bikes to keep up, Nick.
Yeah. Still only lost 4 points on serve the entire set, and 3 of those were doubles.
15-all.
He did well there, Djokovic. It was a probing return from Norrie. Pushed him deep into the corner, but he just absorbed it impressively, as he so often does. If you're Norrie,
30,
as you say,
15.
Djokovic, he's won 13 of 16 second serve points in this match, 81%. And the 3 Norrie's won have been double faults. So he effectively hasn't won a point when the second serve has gone into play. I think at some stage you've got to take a little more risk.
Yeah.
Step in and have a swing at the return. Show something different.
And it's not like he's varied the pattern a whole lot on the second. I'm just actually looking at where he's hit the second serves tonight. The vast majority have gone to Norrie's backhand.
Let's see how he approaches this one. That's another double.
30-all.
We'll take that. a quality second serve, gave him control of the point, but Norrie came right back at him. Look how low he gets with these volleys, Djokovic. Even this finishing one, left nothing to chance, did he? Gets down with the ball, stays through it. No wonder he pumps the fist. That was seriously high quality.
Maintains his perfect record when he has come forwards.
Maintains
his perfect record when he's been asked to serve the seat.
5 games all, second set.
That was just a champion at work, wasn't it?
This guy was a champion behind the mic.
Yeah. Things were getting a little crazy there.
Oh. Well played.
Just to go back to the point where Djokovic being the champion that he is, it's not about winning every point, is it? But that 30 all on serve, down 4-5, that was a losable point. But he's got the complete skill set and he's got the presence of mind, the calmness to get the job done more often than not when it matters most.
Colin, I remember a point very similar to that when he played Medvedev here in the final in 2023. It either was 4-5 or 5-6 in the second set. And Daniil had started to make some serious inroads, and Novak was suffering, and he stole a point at the net like that to save set point. Easy pass from Medvedev, and he guessed cross-court, put the volley away. And the match changed there. He won the tiebreaker, 2 sets to love up.
Robbie, have you ever witnessed a more physical set than that second set in the final here 2 years ago? Because I haven't.
It was a joke, wasn't it, Nick? Unbelievable.
The most extraordinary hour and a half.
Sufferfest.
Yeah. That, of course, remains the last major singles that Djokovic won 2 years ago.
Yeah, 3 straight sets, 6-3, 7-6, 6-3, but 3 hours, 17 minutes as a result of that epic second set. Norrie with 2 chances here to guarantee himself at least a tie break.
Left, first serve.
This match has been going an hour and 27 minutes. It's still only seen the one break. Norrie, once again, knocking on the door of drawing. That bar one, of course, was Marin Cilic, who was a champion here in 2014. Incredible run Cilic had 11 years ago here.
Left for serve.
Beat Kenya Shikori in that final that year.
First serve percentage has really dropped for Djokovic in this set. Down at just 46. Whether that's back pain related or not, it's hard to tell, but Certainly giving Norrie a little more hope on return.
Seem as though physically there's no problems, right?
Yeah, and you know, the painkillers will have kicked in. Just love how calm he is on those short balls. I'm not sure there's anyone better just waiting for the opponent to pick a side and rolling it the other way.
Certainly unable to get his man on the move ultimately.
Even though you know this is coming from Djokovic, this cross court, when you drop shot into his forehand, very little you can do about it. Plays the shot so well.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Players are ready.
This is a huge tie break now in the context of this third round match.
Beautiful with those different shapes of shots.
1-0.
Now we had the ankle biting slice, the very hard forehand, and then a slightly flatter one.
It's mastery, isn't it?
Absolute tennis excellence.
An extraordinary get. And Norrie just couldn't get around it.
It's unbelievable, Nick. 38-year-olds don't get to these balls, do they? How's he got a racket under this thing? I think probably just caught Norrie by surprise.
100%.
A, that he got there, and B, made it difficult, Robbie.
So right. Most other players can only hit that with no angle. How he has found the angle there is beyond special, Colin. And Cam's covered it all the right places.
Determined look though from the brick.
Maybe the sprint from the previous point just took a little out of Djokovic there. Back on serve.
Also at one point he held the record, didn't he, for tie breaks one, successive tie breaks, one of the majors. I think it was something like 15 or 16 on the bounce. This year he's actually, interestingly, he's 3-6. Tie breaks at the majors, but
3-1. Djokovic.
Himself get away here. It's a poor miss.
It was. It's hard to be overly critical. We mentioned it's a key shot. He's hit 9 forehand winners in the set, a lot of them down the line. Just got too much of the inside of the ball there.
Djokovic. 3-all.
Particularly off the first volley. There was no panic. Played 3 tie breaks in his previous round, didn't he, Norrie? Against Francisco Comesaña. Won 2 of those.
What hands! What a time!
And Norrie's done very well to stay composed because he must have thought the point was over a couple of times here.
It's chaos on Ash. How has Djokovic made this volley? Off the net tape. What a reaction there. And dancing around like a cat in the net, trying to defend it. Just couldn't quite resist in the end. Brilliant from Norrie also. The initiative now, Nick. These guys played a tie-break in Geneva earlier this year. Second set breaker, which Norrie nicked 8-6. Knows he can do it.
Djokovic losing a little bit of composure. He's lost 4 points on the bounce. The change of direction from Norrie.
6-3.
A deadly one. And this tie-break now very much within his grasp.
He's played some world-class points in this breaker, hasn't he? And he's deserving of his lead, no question about it.
Thank you. Norrie. Please.
It's a gift in the end. A 5th double of the set.
Everything you spoke about at the start of this match about Cam Norrie, and you spoke about that match against Jake Fernley where he felt like he was back to playing his solid tennis that saw him become a top 10 player. That's what I think we're seeing a lot of tonight, gents, and especially so in that second set.
Started with the win over Daniel Medvedev in 5 sets, and that was a match that he was down a break in the 5th. I didn't see it, but everyone I spoke to about that match said it looked as though Norrie was done. And Medvedev imploded. And then, of course, that allowed him, as we said, to get 3 more wins that week to make the last 16. Nice platform for the summer.
It was a period for Norrie.
30,
you know, Robbie,
15.
I'm sure you'll remember the end of 2023 where he brought a good friend of ours, Stephen Huss, on board. And Stephen, you know, former Wimbledon doubles champion, a phenomenal sort of net player, and now coach and an analyst of the game. It's really with a view to adding layers for Norrie. He wanted to build on what he had and try and find ways, I guess, to compete with the very best in the game, try and win the biggest titles, slam. And I think they did some good work, but I also think Norrie maybe, as I said, lost his identity as a player slightly.
Yeah.
I think what he's done this season is settle back on, no, I've got the best, one of the best, maybe the best endurance in the game. I'm going to run all night. I'm going to be a nightmare to play against. And that's exactly what he's doing out here tonight.
And 99% out. It's 100% in. That's how good it's got to be, and it has been. Such a good base level from Cam tonight.
Yeah, he's back to being frugal with those unforced errors. Just 17 unforced errors from Norrie this evening in almost an hour and 3/4.
Please, ladies and gentlemen.
Simply stunning. He's taken a page out of the Djokovic playbook there.
There's David Roditi in the middle there. Pretty happy with what he's seeing, as you would expect. First break point Norrie's had a look at all evening. Beautiful. And Djokovic.
I'm not sure if ever seen him have more belief in that shot. Ability to hit his forehand into Djokovic's forehand corner, either down the line or inside out, as he did there. Got a little carried away there, I think.
I think he's just taking a break, tiling himself down and just making sure that he doesn't get a little too over-exuberant there, Cole. The serve that he was complaining to Coach Boris about a couple of moments ago, and Boris actually stood up and said to him, cut off the angle, move on the V.
Yeah, he's gone there about 65% of the time tonight, Rob. Just having a look at our numbers. That wide serve on the ad side, that's been the serve he's hit the most.
It's an amazing response here.
I have just felt a slight breeze pick up, and it seems to be from Djokovic's side of the court, blowing at his back towards Cam.
Well, we saw some exceptional tennis on this court last night, didn't we? Between Nuno Borges and Tommy Paul, this is equally as high a level right now.
Let's second serve.
It's a miss of first serve in this game, Norrie. So of course that one, and now this time the forehand line misfiring.
Yeah, that's the shot he's been landing. Maybe just a slight hesitation there.
Yes.
Nice change-up.
Look at the breakdown, we just mentioned that to give you the numbers. He's hit 10 serves down the tee on that side. He's hit 9 to the body, and he's at 26 out wide. That's the actual numerical breakdown of where he's hit the serves on that ad side tonight.
Advantage, Norrie.
Depth from Djokovic there, extracting the error. Just wonder if we might start to see him look to up the aggression, maybe try and get a little closer to the baseline. For now, I think he's just sort of probing, isn't he? Moving the ball, trying to get this break back.
Advantage, Djokovic.
Disappointing from Norrie's perspective.
1 game all.
Well, if Norrie loses this match tonight, that's a game that he's going to look back on and try to dissect with his team. Such a purple patch, wasn't he? From the tie-break into the first game of this set, breaks, and then just, well, over-exuberant, wasn't he? The second point of the game with a crazy forehand line he went for, and did that just almost shake him up a little, because he made some uncharacteristic errors from that point on and ends up being broken.
15 left.
It's fascinating how one shot, 1 point can have such a knock-on effect in a game. The psychology, just a subtle shift can affect the next couple of points, which ultimately was the break back.
Yeah. 30 left.
Clinical hold from this man as he looks to reassert his authority at the start of this third set. Done. Part of a restructuring of certain parts of this facility.
Please, ladies and gentlemen, once again, players are ready.
$1 million
Thank you.
are being spent here to enhance things.
Left.
There's going to be a new courtside bowl, which is going to add a few more seats at that level.
Significant upgrades to the top tier as well, isn't there? It's in terms of facilities available for the fans up there. Game from Norrie here.
15 on.
He's just lost that momentum that he had off the back of winning the tiebreak and breaking first game of the set. He's to really knuckle down here and play a solid game.
Just got away from him a little bit.
15-30.
Djokovic getting a good clean hit on the return once again. He dialed in a bit more here. That he's played all match.
Well, it takes two to tango. The defense from Djokovic was off the charts. The way he was moving and staying in the rally. But credit to Norrie, comes forward here and produces a brilliant volley from down at his feet. Soft hands, just nurturing the ball on the angle.
Ball.
Apologies if you picked up any bad language there. Djokovic clearly unhappy. There's some noise from the stands.
Just a one putter.
Fabulous couple of forehands, stretching Norrie out and stretching his lead.
It's sort of match playing genius, really, from Djokovic. You know, his
I think it's reasonable.
his understanding that even though Norrie had hit a purple patch, broken him, the early stage of the set so important. He couldn't afford to let it frustrate him or get angry or lose any focus. He's just knuckled down here. And he's managed to win 3 games in a row. It's just incredible.
Something was said to the chair there. I'm not sure if you picked that up, Rob.
I saw it happen straight after the point. Christian Ross was looking the other way, though, when Novak made the gesture. Charlie Gomez Herrera actually gesticulated towards the chair umpire. But he didn't see it, and then Novak just let it go because it was prior to the break point unfolding. So nothing came of it. I heard you guys apologize for the language. I didn't see that because Novak was facing away from me. I didn't hear it. There was a fan that shouted out right when Norrie hit the double fault on his second serve in the previous game. I'm trying to decide in the last 15 minutes or so whether Norrie's level has just dropped off ever so slightly, or whether it's this change in momentum as a result of Novak playing better.
It's a good question, Robbie. I'm impressed with the way Novak has really knuckled down, as I say, having been broken first game of the set. Do you just get a sense that a few more errors creeping into Norrie's performance? Case in point right there. Just maybe the intensity. We're not seeing as many long points. And it only takes, you know, Djokovic to knuckle down, raise his level a couple of percent, Norrie to drop, and suddenly the whole thing changes.
Yeah. And we're talking decimals of a percent here. That's certainly what it feels like down here. Don't feel like Norrie's done a whole lot wrong. Just 1 or 2 shots.
They're both, if you look at the winners to unforced errors numbers, which I guess can be missed, they're both still very much in the positive in this match, which I think speaks to the quality on show.
Oh. 30 all.
Loose again.
Interesting look at the average rally length, which has actually gone up considerably in this set. The average rally length in the match is just over 4 shots. In this set, it's almost 5.5. So that's been a little bit more physical. frustration.
Djokovic leads 4 games to 1 third set.
Disappointingly from Norrie. As Djokovic able to extend his lead here. He has won 4 games on the spin to lead forward. This one.
Ball.
Sort of tennis for so much of this match from Cam Norrie. I'm quite sure what he's smiling about.
Yeah, I think maybe just the fact that this forehand came back into play from Djokovic. But yeah, this is the tennis that's got him to a set all in this match, and it's important that he raises his level again for the remainder of this set, even if he doesn't win it. Remember, his big goal was to make it physical. Make this set last as long as you can. You never know, you might get back into it, but even if you don't, at least you're going to take something out of Djokovic.
To work a fair bit harder for his hold. You look at the total points played on serve. He's played about 20% more points on serve tonight than the serve.
Not sure what that was from Norrie. Trying something completely different. Ended up just leaving the ball hanging.
Game, Norrie.
Good game though. Stops the run of 4 games in a row against him.
4 games to 2, third set.
Is it getting over? I will step in, but I think like this it's okay.
Well, I think Norrie is complaining to Nico Hillworth in a chair that Djokovic, he feels Djokovic is taking too long between points on his serve. Norrie deliberately plays quick because, as we said, he's one of the fittest players in the game and he wants to take his opponent's legs away. He's trying to stay on the umpire here to make sure Djokovic isn't taking too long. Of course, the onus when Norrie's serving is on Djokovic as the returner to play at the server's pace.
Yeah, and I think he asked that a couple of games ago because we heard Nico Hillworth say it's okay at the moment.
Yeah,
I think.
Correct. Now, it's within reason. As long as Djokovic's getting there within sort of reasonable time, ready to start the point.
Ball. Out.
40 left.
Frustration here for Norrie. Looks as if Djokovic is going to be able to tick through a quick service hole, exactly what he will want.
Ball.
What a stunning pass.
40-15.
Crazy shot, isn't it? Because This forehand slice from Djokovic is punched fast and low through the court, and yet Norrie's hitting his own pass with absolutely no spin.
Yep.
Just so well judged.
Ball. Out.
40-30.
Got a little bit more uncomfortable than perhaps it may have looked initially.
Third set once at all.
Eventually secured by the Serbian 5-2. 5 for Tiafo after his loss today.
Love the team.
Official count on the time between points, which has been given in by Hawkeye. 22 seconds between points from Norrie. For Djokovic, it's 24 right now. And the numbers given to us by Hawkeye.
Within the allotted time. Djokovic able to play with some freedom now, isn't he? He's a break up in this set. Love the way he got onto the front foot there.
30-all.
There's a consistency on the delivery from this set from Norrie. He's made 81% of first serves. The only frustration will be that the fact he's only won 50% behind it.
40-30.
Read the wide serve there.
Yes.
Just feels in this set, Nick, that he's got a better feeling for that return.
Yeah.
A couple of good ones cross court, that one down the line.
Been the ideal start to this third set by any stretch for him, but he has been able to put that behind him quickly.
Here's a set point. Please.
Djokovic puts himself to within one set of reaching the round of 16 once again here in New York.
Oh, too good. I mean, talk about spreading the play.
18 left.
You know what's so noticeable as well? Just the way he increases the pace and then takes pace off. increases the pace. In this one, he takes the pace off with the forehand down the line. He's not trying to hit it too hard. He knows because he's taking it early, it doesn't have to be hit hard.
30 left.
I think for Norrie, Nick, I think it's important that he doesn't get too down after that third set. You know, okay, he's 2 sets to 1 down here, but it's not the, you know, the be-all and end-all. He's still in this match.
30,
I think he's got to try
15.
and focus on getting back to where he was in set 2. Make this set as difficult as he can for Djokovic. You know, almost the identity we spoke of. You know, knuckle down, cut out the errors, long points, start to look for the forehand line again that was working so well for him. You know, make Djokovic beat him here and keep his own level high.
Let's for serve.
I don't think it's a case where he suddenly has to radically change what he's doing. He's been very competitive tonight. I've got to believe that he can continue that and find a way to take this to a 5th.
Game, Djokovic. First game for set.
And that being said, I have to say Djokovic looks to the majors. Of course, we know Djokovic holds virtually every record going in terms of these big 4 events, but if you purely look at the win-loss percentage, Open era, he's still just slightly behind Borg. Of course, we know Bjorn didn't play a whole lot, but incredible when you look at Borg's record.
15
Actually,
left.
Borg made a final of 16 of the 27 majors he played. Bjorn.
Unbelievable. Just magical.
My favourite one is Chrissy Evert's, Nick.
Say again, Rob?
My favourite stat from the majors belongs to Chrissy Evert, making the semi-finals or better in 52 of the 56 she played. It's bonkers, right? All but 4 of the
15,
majors
30.
that she played in her entire career, she didn't make the semi-finals or better.
Ball.
15, 40.
Yeah, it's this the 50th anniversary of Chrissy Evert's very first US Open title here this year as well, 1975.
This is not what Norrie needed. Cheap double fault there. A couple of big chances for Djokovic. It was a slightly uncomfortable moment
30,
there as he let
40.
that slow ball go past him. Please land wide.
He's carrying himself in a rather ominous fashion right now. He's the 4-time former champion here. He continues to squeeze the life, it seems, out of Cam Norrie here.
Yeah, he's enjoying this now. Just engaging with the New York crowd.
I just love the subtle brilliance of that chip returner serve to neutralise it. It's not always power.
15
I'm
left.
just scratching my head here. I mean, the question you asked, Robbie, the point you made, is this Norrie dropping? Is it Djokovic improving? I think it's now more to do with Djokovic improving, but
Yes.
it's not that long ago he just lost the second set tiebreak. I mean, broken early in the third. You thought Norrie's got a chance here.
Yeah.
And my feelings exactly, Cole.
It's not like he's suddenly come out and started firing winners all around the court.
Yeah.
But I think he's subtly just cranked it up. He's a little closer to the baseline. Maybe the accuracy on the shots, all the returns that we saw went in play in the third set.
Yeah, and I guess we also asked ourselves how hard it is for Norrie to keep that going, keep
Yes.
that level going, keep this high standard sustained. Exasperated look on his face right now.
Definitely a case, though, where there was a flow to Norrie's play. Robbie described it as seeing things in HD. It was happening. It now looks like he's thinking about things, doesn't it? Real doubt in his performance.
It's a sequence 9 of the last 10 games.
Djokovic leads
For the 38-year-old.
in by 2 sets to 1.
So Norrie trying somehow to get something of a foothold here. Love 3.
15 left.
Well, he's drinking in the last chance saloon here, isn't he? Norrie cannot afford to go a double break behind.
Leads 3 games to 1, fourth set.
And I think the New York crowd will appreciate that big come on there from Norrie. He's not prepared to lie down.
Yeah, he will fight till the end, that's for sure. That's in his nature.
Do go to usopen.org and give us a follow on all the socials, usual channels. Keep up to date with everything going on here in New York this week. Where the seeds have fallen foul.
One of them being Francis Tiafoe, 17th seed. Losing in straight sets to a brilliant performance from Jan-Lennard Struff, and that is relevant to this match because Struff awaits the winner.
Yeah. Big German who's the player who dropped outside the top 100 recently.
Love.
Of course, had to come through qualifying, that Struffy.
Yep. Has it dropped in?
It has.
It's not the best volley Arthur Ashe has ever seen.
30-15.
But this miss hit on the backhand volley here from Norrie just took enough pace out of the ball. It meant that it dropped in.
Take what you can get right now.
Sumptuous. That ball spinning right towards me.
40-15.
It's not only short, the feel's not only so good, but it's the slice that he has on it. So even if Cam was perhaps going to get to a straight struck shot, it's the spin that just takes it away from him. Just enough of it. Subtle brilliance.
Ball. Ball.
40-30.
First double fault, isn't it, since he hit 5 in the second set. It's been a perfect performance. I think overall much improved in rounds 1 and 2.
Again, Djokovic. Djokovic leads
Himself in a very demanding
position.
position right now. He needs just 2 more games here to make progress. Novak Djokovic having to overcome some physical challenges here tonight.
Ball.
But seemingly on his way to victory. That he suffered in the opening set would look as though it could be a hindrance, but he's moved through it nicely.
Yeah, he has been able to overcome that, the treatment and indeed the medication helping. The way he's striking the ball now, you know, you just think this might have been the match that Djokovic needed. First tournament since Wimbledon, 2 months without playing a match, and you know, you can get on the practice court and hit balls, but you really got to get on the match court and find that feeling and rhythm in your game. That's what he's done tonight.
15-30.
Let's not forget he's made the semi-finals of all 3 majors he's played this year. To Sinner, of course, in the previous 2. In Australia, he wasn't able to finish his semi-final with Alexander Zverev, of course. Just 1 set played that day.
Djokovic leads 4 games to 2.
Even if he does end up on the wrong end today, it's been a very, very good summer for Cam Norrie.
Yeah, he's got himself back to where he will feel he belongs.
Thank you,
in terms of
ladies
his
and
ranking,
gentlemen.
but his level. It looks at a good place to push on for the rest of 2025 as well.
Yeah, nothing really to defend for the remainder of the year either, so
15.
he'll hope to be seeded, I'm sure, by the time he reaches Melbourne. Every chance that'll be the case in January. Reaching 30 years of age is no longer a time for reminiscing about the good old days, is it? You are equally looking forwards.
Just getting started.
He
has served up a treat this evening. 83% of points won on his first, almost 70% of points won on his second. It's been imperious. When he's making it happen
5 games
with a degree of comfort,
by 2 sets to 1.
it wasn't always there. He is on the doorstep of the last 16. Yes.
And I think when Cam looks at a season, Nick, and he sees how well he's performed at, well, this will be the last 3 majors now. It'll give him a lot of confidence, won't it?
Certainly will. There's a lot to be said for playing well at the majors, not just from the backbender's perspective, but the points are skewed, obviously, in terms of if you can put together a deep run. I actually looked over half his points that he has on the board this year have come from the majors.
Yeah, the most majors he's won in a season is 10. He was trying to tie that tonight.
40 left.
So one shy of his best run in a calendar year at the Grand Slams. That's a good showing.
Yeah, let's not forget, Rob, he was sick in Melbourne this year. When he played
right.
Berrettini in round 1, he was ill.
Yeah, very unfortunate. A pretty heavy flu, didn't he?
Yeah.
Norrie. Djokovic leads 5 games to 3.
Done his job there, Norrie. At least get one more look at the Djokovic serve. You never know what can happen. Half a chance there for Norrie. Cross court was open, but he's having to play on the edge, isn't he? Djokovic now is hitting the ball beautifully, both sides.
Wasting any time to try and get off this court.
It's a statement forehand. Shows how good he's feeling.
Please.
It was a finish full of authority from the four-time former champion in New York this evening. Cut short Cam Norrie's excellent week. He has negotiated the first week. Been a few bumps in the road, but Djokovic is moving on. He's into the last 16 with a 4-set win.